It's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the WBO Interim super-middleweight champion of the world, John Ryder. John, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Bit disappointed, if I'm honest, Dan.
What are you disappointed about this time, mate?
Mate, I see your recent post this afternoon.
Mm.
Your 6-year-old son's obviously doing really well at school.
Hmm.
Turns out he's got a better reading age than me.
Quite a low
I'm
bar,
livid.
John.
Mate, I'm livid. I'm livid.
You need to do less of the boxing and more of the reading.
Yeah, mate.
I'm sure the teachers
Yeah,
used to say that at school.
yeah. John, you don't want to be a boxer. Just learn to read. But yeah,
Never mind,
mate.
mate. Never mind. I'm sorry my pride hurt your feelings, but it's all good.
No, mate. You must be proud as punch. Excuse the pun.
Well, at
Um,
least you could read the caption.
that's mate. It took me about 15 minutes.
Yeah, to get the missus to help you.
Yeah.
But moving on to more pertinent events, Canelo, we spoke about, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks ago now. You said, I'm the front runner, not me. You said you're the front runner for Canelo
Yep.
and Cinco de Mayo weekend. No announcement just yet. What's the very latest you're hearing?
Well, mate, I mean, obviously, I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago, full of optimism, and then I think Canelo himself done a press release saying he'll make a decision mid January. Consult with his doctor, see how his surgery's healing. So, I think that's where we're at, mate. I think just waiting to see what he's doing next, and yeah, see what he decides. But listen, I still believe I'm the front runner. I still believe I will be the man in the opposite corner come Cinco de Mayo weekend, whether it be London, Vegas, or Mexico. So I'm happy. I'm back training, ticking over, getting myself fit again, raring to go for a big 2023.
So, where does that sit in terms of the location? You've said the three possibilities there, but from what you're hearing from Eddie or from their camp, what's most likely at the moment?
Well, I think, mate, for Cinco de Mayo weekend, it doesn't really make much sense to have it in the UK. We're not going to have a massive contingent of Mexicans, are we, celebrating
Let's hope not.
Cinco de Mayo weekend in Holloway Roads? So yeah, I think Vegas is the smart move for that one, I believe. But there's talks of the likes of Texas. They'd like to make a homecoming in Mexico. So wherever, mate, wherever it may be.
I heard you on the George Groves Boxing Club podcast say you're pretty much gagging to go over to Mexico and do it at the Azteca.
As to mate, this what stuff dreams are made of, and 100,000 in an outdoor arena. So crazy. I don't wish that on myself too much because that's writing checks my ass can't cash, isn't it? That's a tough ask, that isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's Canelo. It's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. He's not going to be that much better in Mexico than he is anywhere else. You know what I mean? If you feel you can beat
No,
Canelo, you can beat him anywhere.
exactly. But man, I'm pleased to see that you're listening to rival podcasts and giving them a shout out. So I'm sure they don't need it, but
I was
it's
going to
good,
say I
man.
don't consider him a rival. They're so far above us. You know what I mean? No, it is. It's really good. Anyone watching, I'd recommend it. Very good. I've even started the shreds. Are you doing the shreds?
Mate, I have to look into the shreds. I'm still getting over the Christmas bod. You know what I mean? So
Let's,
when I get fit enough, I'll start the shreds.
let's hope Dan Lawrence ain't watching this. He won't be
That's
impressed.
it. Now,
Um,
what's going on with a little goatee there, mate?
it's you, mate. You've inspired me, but I'm not
Uh,
gorilla enough. I'm not. What are they? What are gorillas? Chimps, apes, whatever.
chimps, apes? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not ape enough to grow a full beard like you. I mean, you've had that
You
since
mean
you were
just not
12, haven't
not not dark? I was born with this. That's what mum said
you?
the indigestion was during
Oh,
pregnancy.
nice.
But yeah, but no, mate, you're obviously quite fair head, going a bit soft on top. So so I suppose you've got to grow hair where you can, didn't you?
I'm getting on a bit, mate. What can I say? The,
That's
the,
it.
the boxing game's aged me, and I've never had a fight. What can you do?
Well, mate, maybe you should maybe take that after this year. Get a white collar fight. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. You and Deck from the George Groves podcast. You're both tall, aren't you?
I think Deck's a bit handy, though. I think he might have had a few.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Memory serves me. I think him and John Dennon, when
Ah,
we were at Boxing News, I think they used to talk about it. I think Deck's had a few.
well,
But maybe I'll be
maybe you'll get
catching him at the
schooled
right
them.
time.
Maybe he might be past it or have a broken leg or something. And you're like,
Are you offering to break his legs for me?
not at all.
That'd be great.
I think it.
But yeah, getting back to you, as much as you seem to want to talk about me tonight. Um, Canelo, obviously, yeah, incredibly tough ask, and I think I've probably asked you this before, and loads of other people have. But what will you do differently to what so many others have tried before? Obviously, he's not unbeaten. Bivol's beaten, Mayweather's beaten, but what will you do differently?
Mate, it's a tough ask because I think everyone that's fought him's gone in there with the impression of I'm going to go in there, I'm going to implement my game plan, I'm going to beat him at his own game, and once you're in there with him, I'm sure that just goes out the window. But in my mind, in Tony's mind, we go in there, we get close, stick to him, put him about, rough him about up close, push him and put him about, and just got our work off up close. I think at long range, Bivol showed what you got to do to beat him. Up close is where you can get into him, and but mid range is his territory, and I think that's where Golovkin's gone wrong in the past. I still believe Golovkin won the first fight. The second fight was close, and then the third fight was ultimately Canelo wide, as we all thought it would be. But I think there's you got to stick to that, and it's going to be hard because he's a force of he's a force. He's a bit of a freak of nature, and he can punch obviously hard, but I think you just can't give him that middle ground. He's very dangerous at middle ground where he can get that leverage on his big shots to the body. He can look to the body but shoot to the head, and then vice versa. So just try and take it out of his stride, a bit of angles, bit of footwork, but not where I'm running around the ring trying to get away from him, and he's just closed me down.
And you've been on the wrong end of what most people considered an unfair decision against Callum Smith. Out in Vegas, where you think the fight might take place with Canelo, he's been on the good side of a few questionable decisions. Is that a concern for you?
Not really, because I think you look at the Bivol fight, and I mean, although watching the fight as much as I want the best man to win it, it's always a worry that this might have gone Canelo's way that night, and when it was clear that Bivol was a winner. So I think the judging is fair out there. I think that the right people are getting the verdict. So yeah, I've got every faith in the judges out there.
You talked about you're ticking over in the gym at the moment. How does that work until you've got a confirmed fight date in place? How often are you in the gym? What sort of stuff are you doing?
I mean, I'm in the gym 3 days a week with Tony and the boys, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the moment. Then the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm doing my runs, bit of S&C, and then having a good rest on the Sunday.
And do you have to still kind of monitor your weight, make sure you don't go up too high while you're waiting for the date?
Yeah, of course, always being sensible. Got a little veganuary thing going with Wow Hydrate, so watching the calories there with the good meals. So yeah, I mean, listen, we're all doing it for the bigger picture, and we know this fight can get sprung on us at any time. So it's better to be prepared than found wanting.
How much can you kind of prepare for Canelo in advance? I mean, you've seen most of his fights anyway, obviously, but the fact that he might not tell you, even though he said mid-January, he might not tell you until 8 weeks before or whatever, try and minimize your preparation time. How far out do you start thinking, well, it's probably going to happen, so I will start looking at tape and modifying my tactics to apply to him?
I think the thing is, I mean, everyone in this sport is a fan of Canelo to an extent. I think I've probably watched every fight of his since 2007. Um, so for me, I've been studying him long before I even imagined I'd be fighting him, long before I was even pro. So I mean, I've seen bits, Matthew Hatton, Ryan Rhodes fights from way back when. So I've seen it all. So it's not going to be hard for me to go out and look over tapes of what he's done in the past. So I look forward to it, if I'm honest.
How much of that kind of mentality, as you said, you've been a fan of his for a long time, is that a challenge to kind of remove that element of it? Because you don't want to be in awe of him when you're there trying to beat him.
No, not at all. I mean, I've also been a fan of Danny Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, among others. So it's one of those things when you're in the ring, respect doesn't go out the window, but we know that we're there to do a job, and a job's got to be done.
What would a win over Canelo mean, not for your career, because obviously it's a career high point, but for your life in terms of the doors it would open?
Mate, massive, mega. I don't think there's not really a comparison, is there? You could say winning lottery, but people say winning lottery ruins their life. I think this would absolutely, yeah, be a dream come true. and I'm sure there'd be a movie made about it somewhere down the line because it would be an absolute blockbuster. The hand I've been dealt in this boxing game is no one could have seen this coming 4 or 5 years ago. So the fact that I've turned it around with the help of a good promoter, a good trainer, good manager, good S&C, and great people around me, great family, great partner. So the fact that I've stuck at it, turned it around, and had the belief in myself and the belief of other people in me to carry on is a great thing and should be celebrated.
And if they make that movie in the next few years, who'd play you?
Oh, it's tough, isn't it? Because who out there is this good looking?
I know, mate. I know. I have similar
The
issues.
thing is that who would play you?
Would I be in it? Fucking hell. Big
Mate, I'm
cast
sure
then.
we could. Yeah, massive cast. Yeah,
But
we
come
could
on,
get
who
you
would
in.
play
We could
you?
get you in it from that. We could get you in it from that first TV appearance we made on that
Oh, what was
internet
that?
channel years ago.
Yeah, it
I
was
can't even
tiny,
remember.
wasn't it?
Me, you, and Miranda Carter.
It's the smallest thing ever, wasn't it? Is that big break,
Yeah,
mate? We haven't looked back.
hey, it was the making of us.
But who would play you? Come on, you're not swerving it.
Mate, I don't know. Someone like Wesley Snipes, Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's got the height, I suppose.
Kevin Hart's got a high and the charisma and the funny character. Mate, I don't know. This is who knows. I've
You're a
got a
big
good friend who's
EastEnders
an
fan,
actor.
are you?
I'm a massive EastEnders fan.
So
So
maybe someone from EastEnders history. I don't know.
get my best mate Charlie Hawkins, bulk him up a bit, and yeah, he could play me. I think he's lived this boxing life with me for so long, so I'm sure he'd play it well.
How long, on a more serious note, do you wait for Canelo to make this decision before you or Tony, Eddie start looking at other options?
I think listen, it's we're not going to wait around forever. We're in a good position with the WBO, and I think he's got till May the 8th to defend the title, or we get upgraded. And I don't really want to get upgraded. I don't want to be receiving a belt through the post and then get an email or a letter to say, "Oh, you're world champion now," or a text off someone. So I want to fight a champion, and albeit that be Canelo. Listen, regardless of that, I don't want to be getting upgraded. I want to fight a champion to become champion. So it just happens as Canelo at the time, then so be it. That's who I want to fight.
Have you heard of anyone else being in the running? I know you're the front runner, but have you heard of anyone else he's considering?
I haven't. No, I know there was something with the IBF. I think there's a Canadian that he's got to face. I don't know if that's before or after, if that's being spoke about. But listen, I think I'm in a good position. I'm sitting pretty for sure.
Well, we could debate that, but I'm glad
Not, yeah, sitting pretty in the extent of
you're in a good
pecking order.
position with the WBO. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
good
it.
stuff, mate. I really hope you get the fight. Obviously, all jokes aside, and yeah, I'll come out there with you. I'll be on there. I'll be part of the camp
What in the Emirates?
if it's in the Emirates and I have to. Yeah,
How's that train from Kent to London?
it's not too bad, mate. It's not too bad. There's a
Yeah.
high speed link.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're proper modern around here.
Shame you ain't got that on your Wi-Fi.
My wife. Anyway,
Yes.
no, I really hope you get the fight wherever it happens to take place, and yeah, hope you pull it off.